Jays lose 7-4 in the first of a 3-game set in Baltimore against the Orioles. This one's going to be short because there's not much to say here that I haven't said on this channel 5 or 6 or 12 times already. First, there's a little bit of stink to go around here. The offense is going back to that thing where it can't hit with runners in scoring position lately. Now, that's a very small sample size. We're talking about only like a few games here, but every time it happens, boy, it's annoying. I don't know how many base runners we left on here, but it was at least 8. And that's simply not good enough. The Orioles gave us tons of chances. As good as this pitching staff and especially this bullpen, this vaunted bullpen that the Orioles have, they gave us chances. The Blue Jays had lots of guys on base, couldn't cash. That's frustrating. On to tomorrow, I guess, but ugh. And Trevor Richards had just an abysmal outing. He'd been good for the last little while. His numbers had steadily come back down to the levels that we were more accustomed to, and then we're back to pre-IL stint for suckation that he had earlier. We're back to that form where he's just unable to find the strike zone, except for giving up hard contact, so that's bad too. But that's my segue to the real topic of this video, which is not being able to find the strike zone except for hard contact. Gee, I wonder where he's going with this one. How do you solve a problem like Kikuchi? How do you hold a complete inability to get major league hitters out in your hand? It's challenging. Like, we can't use them. Right? We can't use them. At this point, we're in the middle of a playoff race. We're in first place in the wild card standings for now, tenuously, and we are within, I think it's 4 games of being out of the playoffs entirely. You can't keep running an insta-loss like Yusei Kikuchi out there every 5 days and hope the offense does enough to bail you out. The offense is very, very good, but you can't just have a good offense save the day every time. Good offense needs to be bolstered by good pitching. If you don't have pitching, you don't have anything in Major League Baseball. The Blue Jays have, right now, 3 guys who are, 2 guys who are real good, 1 guy who can be real good, and an unproven right-hander who you don't want to count on him, but as a 5th starter, he'll be fine. And then Ross Stripling, who's on the injured list, and he'll be back relatively soon. And when he is, this is the lack of pitching depth in the organization coming back to bite us again, right? Because, if we've traded away Max Castillo, which was, a choice, I guess. Whit Merrifield, I guess, is pretty useful, but it was a choice. So now, with Hyunjin Ryu already being done as a Blue Jay, and Yusei Kikuchi being, I hope, done as a Blue Jay pretty soon, either that or he turns it around, but I don't really think that's likely. Assuming he's done for the year. The Mariners did this last year, right? They shut him down in the last half of the season, the last 6 weeks of the season, because they were in a pennant race, and they couldn't run him out there every 5 days. Well, we're kind of in that same position now, aren't we? The problem is that if you do that, then you have a rotation, a regular rotation of Gausman, Manoah, Barrios, White, Stripling. Okay, is that an improvement? Yes. Yes, it is. Is it good enough? I don't know about that. And I don't really know I don't think there's any AAA stud that's coming in to save the day. Ricky Tiedemann is entirely too young, and unless you really think that Alek Manoah style, he can jump right from AA right to the big leagues and give you innings, and there's no indication that he's in that position at all, or that the organization thinks of him at all. What you've got is Zulueta and Younger, who are, a potential of coming up and being bullpen pieces, maybe, I guess, question mark, but they're certainly not starters. We're at the point where noted old school baseball head Pat Tabler is suggesting bringing in an opener for Kikuchi who can go 1 or 2 innings so as to help him avoid the tougher hitters so that Kikuchi gets to face the 7, 8, 9 hitters of a lineup twice before getting pulled, and that's his thing. Are you kidding me? This is where we're at? I understand that not every free agent signing is going to be good, but for a 3-year, $45 million contract, $15 million a year is, in the baseball scheme of things, kind of a mid-tier contract. But for it to be signed and then him to be terrible right off the jump, that's one of the biggest indictments of Ross Atkins as a general manager so far for the Blue Jays, right? I'm generally pro Atkins, and I'm certainly pro Shapiro. I think, generally speaking, they've done quite a nice job, but that signing of Kikuchi is a boat anchor. He is just unusable. And I mean that. You can't even put him in the bullpen because he can't throw strikes. And when he does actually muscle it to get it into the zone, it's like 92 on a tee. Any big league hitters, and even some not very good big league hitters, just absolutely tee off on him. Like, for example, I forget the guy's name. I should look him up, but I'm too mad. The guy who hit the 3-run home run for Baltimore in the first inning is not a good hitter, to the point where Pat Talbot's like, I can't believe they put this guy after Ryan Mountcastle because, like, there's no protection there at all. And then he tees off on a 3-run home run off of Kikuchi because he's awful, puts the team completely... Oh my God, guys. It's happened before. It'll happen again. There's no reason to keep running him out there. There's no reason to believe he's going to miraculously get better. Pete Walker has had 4 months to sit there and work on this guy, and the problems are the same as they were on day one. His fastball is his best pitch, but he doesn't believe it. So he throws it every once in a while when he thinks he has to, and the rest of the time he's just going to go to the one pitch that he feels consistent about, his slider, despite the fact that the numbers will tell him that his slider is actually comically terrible when not paired with his fastball. He won't do it. He won't change. He won't grow. He won't adjust. He's this guy forever, and this guy can't get big league hitters out. It's got to stop. So, offense that couldn't really get the big hit when they needed to. They scratched across 4-1. And you know what? They did bring the tying run to the plate in the 9th inning for Bo Bichette to ground into a disinterested double play. That wasn't great. But they did bring the tying run to the plate in the 9th inning. That's nice. So the offense was quasi there. They just couldn't get the big hit. Plus, meltdown from Trevor Richards, although that wasn't really a big deal. But it was certainly not a great look. And add that into the big steaming pile of shit that is the UCA Kikuchi contract. All that makes Dave a grumpy Gus. So I'm going to go think about something else for a while. And yeah, I'm not going to be doing that. I'm going to be thinking about this for a while. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you very much for liking and subscribing to this channel. Please do so if you haven't done so already. Better times tomorrow from Manoa. Please. I can't help but be, because he's a bright ray of sunshine in my life. But better times, please. I beg of you. See you tomorrow.